This is an Infatuasian side dish, a smaller version of our normal pod where we talk about Asian things we love. This is Jennifer, and in today's mini episode, we will be talking about another Netflix drama from Korea that actually hit number one on global rankings as well. It is the teenage zombie series called All of Us Are Dead.
Right. Hey everyone, welcome back to another side dish. Nadira felt a little slighted that she's always on the side dish and never the main dish. But don't worry, Nadira, this is a main dish in my heart. It is a main
Wasn't
dish.
the K-drama draft a main dish?
Yeah, that's
right?
true. The draft was a main dish. We did that over 2 weeks.
And our first ever one about Korean dramas was a main. So we've been in two mains.
That's true.
The last three was side dish. They were side dishes. So
yeah, she did My Name, and then she did the end of the year one, and then this one. But hey, guess what? You guys are both tied for the lead now with 5 appearances.
I thought Nadira was ahead of me.
Oh, wait.
yeah, I said let's call it even because you had COVID, and I felt bad for you.
Okay, no, I'm good.
Are we putting her medical history out there?
Putting me on blast. No, it's all good. I'm recovered now, guys. I'm probably the last person that will give you COVID at this point. I have so much immunity now.
So we were doing an end of the year, December 31st episode, and we were like, okay, yeah, everyone was down. Jennifer was down, and Nadira was down. We're like, yeah, let's do it. And then that day, Jennifer's like, my throat's a little sore. I don't think I can talk for an hour. We're like, oh, okay. Next thing you know, it
was so funny because I watched that episode and you guys literally said, oh, I hope she doesn't have COVID. And then I watched it when I had COVID and I was like, oh my God.
Well, we're glad you survived. Can you still taste food?
I never lost my sense of taste. So the whole time I was eating.
All right, so we are back with the crew, the number one crew, the A-team. This is the team that we started with, and we're going to ride this team. Good to see you guys again. Thank you for coming along on this episode. We are talking about All of Us Are Dead, and kind of like our other episodes, we are going to keep the first part as spoiler-free as we can, and then I'll warn you when we get to the spoiler part. So, All of Us Are Dead came out January 28th. What is that, 2 weeks ago? Today is February 4th. No, sorry, not 14th. February 11th today. So about 2 weeks ago. And it went straight to number one, I think, that first week. It shot up there in the first 4 or 5 days and went to number one. And it went to number one in like 25 different countries, that's really impressive. And so it kind of peaked in America. It's still number two. But I think that's a huge milestone for Korean dramas. This is the second one. Obviously, Squid Game was there for a minute. But another big milestone for Korean dramas, it's based on a webtoon, which is basically like a Korean internet version of a manga by Ju Dong-gun. And so this is a big thing. So let's talk about it. So just overall, what do you think of the look of this drama? Like just aesthetics.
I feel like it was fitting for a zombie drama. One thing I actually noticed while watching it is it probably does have a filter, but it felt less filtered than some Korean dramas that I'm used to seeing. Like I could actually see the acne of the leads or the cast members, which is something I almost never get to see in actual Korean dramas because they like to use heavy makeup and they add a filter on top of that. So it's almost as if all the characters have poreless, flawless skin. And in this case, I was really shocked that they actually showed like the natural skin texture of a lot of the cast members. And I think it's fitting for the actual genre, right? In a zombie apocalypse, you don't really care about whether or not you have perfect skin or not at that point.
Yeah.
And they look like teenagers too. Like, anyone can have acne, but their age, some of them still have a little bit of puppy fat, as opposed to,
they weren't heavily makeup. Yeah, not a lot of heavy makeup.
Although if you want to talk about acne, one of the girls still had like a lovely hair throughout the episodes. Like her hair still looks fine, like not ruffled at all.
You mean Prez?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her hair was amazing. Yeah. But it did have kind of that feel, like that handheld feel, a little bit like a documentary feel to it. I watched one little YouTube thing where the director said that like the first shot I think was like a nonstop shot, one of those ones where they just shot it, one of the scenes in the cafeteria. I have to go back and rewatch it, but he was saying that they did kind of this camera just followed the people around as opposed to doing one scene cutting. They had no cuts for the first part of it, and it took one day to shoot it, and they just did it all in one day.
Is it when they were showing the school? Because I thought some of it was like edited.
I think it was that scene in the cafeteria where basically everyone got turned into a zombie except for our lead characters.
Oh,
that scene,
okay.
Yeah. I think it might have been that scene, and he wanted to do that all in one kind of take, and so it feels handheld. It feels like you're there. He wanted to kind of create that. And so let's talk about this high school for a second. Have you heard anything about the high school?
Is it a real high school?
Huge.
It's fiction. No, the city itself is fictional. So whenever it's something bad happening, they always use fictional cities and fictional high schools because they could potentially get sued, I think, from the actual city for bad marketing.
Like the building, is it like because it does look like a school, but it could be an office.
Is it even real?
I think it was a school.
Well, some of the shots were shot in studio. I saw it on an account somewhere.
They built it.
But the building itself, surely not all of that is CGI.
So it's a big school.
Yeah, when they introduced, they like went to all these different clubs, and you're like, how much money are you getting to run all of these clubs?
But the weird thing is they didn't even have that many teachers. So that's what blew my mind.
Wow, the staff.
I was like,
like 5 teachers.
Yeah. I was like, so many students, almost no adults. Okay.
All right. But yeah, the look was good. And, they must have, how many extra students did they hire? When they were all 100 at least, right?
I think they're extras.
But with all the makeup that you use, though, you can just reuse some of them.
They can reuse them. There's still a lot, though. I think there's probably a good 100 kids.
People would volunteer to be in it. I would volunteer if they were like, they were like seeking volunteers to be an extra zombie. I'll be like, yeah, I'm going.
It feels like it's against labor laws, or it should be against labor laws.
Really?
Well, they probably paid them like a little bit for their time, but it wasn't like.
It's
Hollywood
probably like when you volunteer at a marathon, they give you like a stipend that's like pennies. That's what would be my guess. Yeah. And then they give you tons of like free Gatorade at the end as you
Yeah. No, there's a lot of kids though. And they had a lot of zombie makeup. So whoever was in charge of the zombie makeup, that crew, man, they were working.
That had to have been at least 20 to 30 person crew to do all that. Yeah.
Just doing the makeup. Yeah. All right, but I think the film looks great. I mean, there's nothing in it that made me say, "Wow, it looks fake." I mean, it all looked pretty good. So it's pretty epic. I think they finished it like a year ago, but it took a while to film because there's a lot of stuff going on.
I can't confirm this, but I think someone said that they actually trained all the extras to do like a special dance as zombies, like so everyone is uniform in their movement, like the zombie that they want it to be.
Oh. Okay. So there's like certain kinds of zombie moves that everyone had to learn.
Like those bone cracking ones.
That was really the bone cracking does add to the effects.
It
adds to the mood a lot.
Sound effects for sure. The crunching, the slurping.
That's how you know for sure someone's turn. Hear the crunch.
It was more dramatic than Kingdom, because Kingdom did something similar, but it wasn't as like the sound isn't as crisp.
No.
Yeah, no, that was good. So it sucks you in. Like I was kind of, to be honest, I was kind of like, do I want to watch this? I don't know. Another zombie one, what's new? But it was just so well done. Once you start watching it, you realize it's nothing super groundbreaking, but it's just so well done that it's just well made that makes you want to watch it for me. So. Let's talk about the cast a little bit. A couple faces you'll recognize, but probably not a lot of names, right? Most of these are quote unquote kids, but everyone's in their 20s. Right? Was there one 19-year-old? I think the girl I'm going to call Hoodie, she was like 19, I think.
In real life, right?
In real life.
She's actually 18. So that's why Okay, sorry, I'm not going to say anything. I was going to say something, but I'll save that after the spoiler section. Yeah, I'll say
okay. But I think most of them are in their 20s. I think some of them in their high 20s. We'll talk about them in a second. So let's see. Did you recognize anyone? I recognize the girl who plays the president. She was in My Country.
She was also in Hospital Playlist.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So she's getting some roles. So she might be one of the most recognizable.
I didn't recognize anyone. Oh,
the girl in the pink sweater.
Actually, it was Squid Game came. She filmed this before she filmed Squid Game, right? Is that why she didn't get a big role? Because I feel like if it was post Squid Game, they would have given her a better role.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, she had a great role. Not a ton of screen time.
But yeah, I feel like she should have gotten more screen time for her. I feel like she's risen in popularity at this point that she deserves more screen time.
Okay. Yeah. But I thought her role was really good.
One of the guy was in My Mister.
Yeah, I didn't recognize him
either.
The little brother of, well, no, not little brother, like the boy that helps IU moving her grandma around.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. But yeah, none of these are stars, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. But then some of the adults you've seen before, but no one's a huge name. And then hundreds and hundreds, well, I'm going to say maybe it's not hundreds, but lots and lots of extras. So yeah, for sure I would have signed up for that. So in order to keep track of some of these names, I'm going to take a page out of Pocha Playlist podcast. We're going to give them nicknames because it definitely helps, I think, for me. Because I'm not good with Korean names. So let's see. So the main two characters are a boy and a girl, and they happen to be neighbors and friends for life. And do you guys want to say the name?
Nam Onjo, Anju, or Anjo?
Onjo.
I think it's Anjo.
And she's easy to recognize because she wears a yellow hoodie, a yellow tannish hoodie the whole show. So I'm going to call her Hoodie. She's great. She's really good. And then her best friend / neighbor is Lee Chong-san. And I don't know. I went back and forth on his nickname. I was going to call him Friend Zone.
Oh, no.
No, I don't think
No.
That was not fitting for him.
All right, we'll go with Chicken Boy.
I think that's more fitting.
Because his mom owns a fried chicken restaurant. And she named the restaurant after him. So it was Chong Chicken is the name of the restaurant. So we'll call him Chicken Boy. So those two are kind of the main. They're kind of the main characters of the main characters. And then the girl, the young woman that I said was in My Country and Hospital Playlist plays a character named Choi Namra. Namra. And they call in the show they call her the Prez because she's this class president. Also great. All of them are good. There were no weak performances, I don't think. All right, who wants to say this one? Jerry, you want to say this one?
Lee Soo-hyuk, the boyfriend material. Oh, I thought he was dreamy as well. If I was a teenager, I would have a crush on him.
Definitely boyfriend material. Yeah, no, he's very charismatic. Have you seen him anywhere else? I haven't seen him.
No, I actually did a digging on him, and I think I shared with you that he was born in Uzbekistan, the actor. And there was a history there with the Soviet Union wanting agricultural workers in the 1930s, 1940s, and they got a lot of their workers from Korea. So there's actually a high population of Koreans there.
He looks like a K-pop idol. I thought he might be a boy band guy, but
he wanted to be.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I there isn't actually much article in English about him.
Oh, really interesting. Well,
he's got a future though. You're gonna see a lot more of him. He's tall. You're gonna. He was
a fan favorite
he's
too.
Tanned. I like that he's tanned. Like he's not
he's not super pale.
Like how Curtis described Lee Jong-suk to be very pale. Like he's like the opposite of.
I called him pasty.
Oh, pasty. That's right.
All right, let's get through this. So we have Nayan, and I'm going to call her Pink Sweater or Pinky. And she was the one that was in Squid Game. She was, I don't think I ever learned her name in Squid Game, but she was like the other, not the main girl, but the second girl that was buddies with her. And she was great. She was very charismatic in that. even though she had very few lines.
But she was very impactful too.
Yeah. So she was cool. And then I don't know if this is a good nickname for this guy. Han Gyeongsu. He was made fun of. They called him a wealthy. So I'm gonna call him Don't Call Me Wealthy, because he was on welfare, I guess, and so some people made fun of him. They bullied him for that. And then Yang Dae-soo is the big guy. So, and then there's a funny joke at the end that you'll get later, but we'll call him Big Brother for now.
He was also really good at singing.
But yeah, really good at singing. Yeah. And then Jang Ha-ri, she's the bow and arrow girl, so I'm gonna call her Katniss.
I think that's fitting.
Fitting, right? Yeah, she's a baddie. And then Park Mi-jin. Nadira gave her this name. Call her nicotine withdrawals. She's kind of the tough girl, flunking out of school, can't get into college, but chain smoker. But she's a cool character. She's a really cool character. And then Min Yoonji, Min Yoonji. And then she was what a tough life she had. She's just bullied and all this shamed and stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that happens to her. So she ends up being super, super bitter, and we'll talk about that. So we'll call her Bitter Melon.
I would actually think of her as burn the school down, because she said that so many times.
Yeah, and she kind of does it. So we'll call her Bitter something, whatever you want to call
bitter
her.
Arson.
Bitter arsonist.
Bitter arsonist.
Yes, bitter arsonist. Okay. Let's go.
All right, and then there's more, but the last one I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about Yoon Guinam. He's the bully boy, or he's the guy was one of the bullies, flunkies. What do they call him? Gopher?
Yeah, Gopher.
He was the bully Gopher, but then he becomes the main bully.
You left out one character.
Oh yeah, who do
you know the guy that liked Min Yoonji, the bitter arsonist? Do you remember him?
Oh yeah, he's kind of important.
Bullied.
Do we care about him?
Yeah.
I don't care about him though. So
there's a lot of there's a lot more. There's a couple more girls, couple more
I can confirm
boys.
I don't want him.
All right. So just for fun, we're gonna do a little mini character draft. We're gonna make our team. So one of the themes that comes out in the show is who's on your team and who can you count on, who can you not count on. So we're gonna do a little mini draft, and we don't have to explain it too much. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a team. What did I say? 3 kids and 1 adult. We'll do the adults
kids.
last.
There are almost no adults though.
You gotta dig deep. Or you want 4 kids?
I mean, should you limit us to 3 kids, 1 adult?
There's some good adults. If you think about it, there are some good adults.
Okay, fine.
Think hard. You can tell Jennifer did not prepare this whatsoever. Meanwhile, Nadira has a tier list. Nadira has a tier list with like who she thinks you're gonna pick, who she thinks I'm gonna pick, who she should pick.
There is no present. There's no reward in this, so I didn't prepare.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I winged the K-drama one as well. So.
All right. So
here's just wing them all.
Yeah, we see a pattern here, Jennifer. So let's just go. We'll give you, since you're the maknae, we'll give you the first pick. Nadira gets second, I get third, and then I'll get the 4th pick as well. We'll loop back around. So you can pick 4 kids. If you don't want to pick an adult, you can pick 4 kids. Up to you.
So,
all right. Who's on your team?
Okay. First of all,
with the first pick.
Am I in that scenaririo too, or am I just?
This is your team. You're running with these people.
Okay, so I'm running away with these people.
You're trying to survive.
Okay, got it. Okay, I'm taking Lee Soo-hyuk, boyfriend material first.
Oh, wow.
Come on, that's a no-brainer. He can fight and he's hot. All I need to do is make sure he falls in love with me, and I am good. Okay.
Well, that means you can't draft Prez though, so because he'll just.
You know what? I'll draft Prez, and you know what? If it's Prez, I'll let Prez have him.
How old is he in real life? Is he like 22?
He's 28. Actually, he's not.
No, I don't think he's
sorry.
that old.
I think I might be older than him actually. So
that's okay.
I'll be his Nuna.
99. Yeah, 99.
He's a 99. That's close enough.
Yeah,
you're in the 90s.
He's younger than I am. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's okay. I'll take.
No. He's
99. I'm 97.
No, you're younger than. No, oh yeah, you're
I'm
right. Yeah, yeah.
older.
So you're 2 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're 2 years. Yeah, that's close enough.
Okay.
All right. With the second pick, Nadira, who are you
Well,
taking?
the second fastest is Chicken Boy. So I'll take Chicken Boy.
Mm.
Yeah, solid pick. All right. With my first pick, I'm going for. Oh man, I'm going for Katniss.
Darn, I wanted Katniss. I knew it. I was like, she's
Because
third
she's
strongest.
such a
Yeah.
baddie. She's so cool, calm, and collected. She never smiles. That's okay though, you know. Because unlike Jennifer, I don't need romance here. I need survival.
Wow.
I'm here.
Living-
I'm just trying to
Living
survive.
is not surviving is not living, Curtis.
Exactly.
Well, if we get well, I got to get back to my wife and kids, so I just need someone to shoot the zombies in the face. So, all right. So I'm going with, and then with the fourth pick, I'm going with, I'm gonna go with the Big Brother, and I'll tell you why.
He was pretty strong,
Not-
actually. Yeah.
He can sing. He's super strong, and I need to be able to outrun someone on my team, right? So I need to, like, if they're chasing us, I can't be the slowest person on my team, or else, you know. So I gotta pick someone who might be.
He wasn't
could
slow, though. He was not slow.
He's probably slower than the other ones.
I honestly, if you two are racing, I would put my money on him. No.
Come on, man. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But okay. So I'm just taking him for his voice, his muscles, and his potentially slower ground speed. Those are
Okay.
those are my criteria. Okay, so back to Nadira with her second pick.
Well, I need a strategist or a brain, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Hoodie.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you left me Prez? I love you, Nadira. Okay. Okay, well,
So you
yeah.
So you have Chicken Boy and Hoodie. So you got
There
the two
is a
neighbors.
reason why I didn't pick Prez, which is she's uninitiated.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't initiate?
She like at some point.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Edit it out.
All right. All right. Well, since Nadira was so kind and
Darn it.
took Onju, I didn't even want Onju. I thought she was useless the whole time. So I am going with Prez. You know, I took boyfriend material and Prez, so I guess I gotta get rid of my love line. It's okay. I'll sacrifice the love line if it means I get to survive with the power team.
She was smart.
I think they're a
she
power
was
team.
smart.
I think I have the best survival odds out of all of you right
I
now.
mean, Prez
Yeah.
even said that to Anju that you should have been class president because Anju had that
Yeah.
leadership.
Yeah, but she second guesses herself. President, when she makes a decision,
Yeah.
she just goes for
Andrew
it.
is
I would
also emotionally weak, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll spoil it later, but she does go through a lot.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, to be
That's
fair, they
true.
all go through a lot.
I found her
All
annoying. I don't know why. I thought Anju was
You know what?
annoying.
All right, spoiler alert, everyone. Well, I think we can. I think this isn't a real big spoiler, is it? I think we all have all the couples. Like we.
Oh, wait. Do you? No, you don't.
I do.
No, you
A wannabe couple.
Oh,
It's a ship.
he
It's a
likes
ship.
her. That's so funny.
That's so funny. Yeah. All right. So with my third pick, not
What?
much left
I
here.
thought we're going snaking. So
Oh wait. Yeah. So that was So we go back to Jennifer.
wow,
So she
okay.
did. So yeah, you go back with your third pick, Jennifer.
I will take. I
So
will
much
take Han Kyung-soo. Don't call me Wolfie. I actually think
Yeah.
as long as
Huh.
I don't put him and Pinky together, he was actually like he held his own and he's a team player. And
Yeah,
like the reason
yeah.
he got into situations he did is because he tried to save others. So I think he's a team player.
Okay.
He cares about others. He's athletic. So a good pick.
Okay. Oh man. All right, I'm getting down to the barrel here. All right. Bottom of the barrel, Nadira.
well,
Save me
my
someone.
third pick actually, I don't think he's in your list. He's Oh Junyoung. He is the one that made the drone, and he also the one that he's a
Yeah.
tactician. So I'm picking him.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. No, you need a nerd on your team. I
that's
think.
true.
And someone who
Good
runs slower than you,
choice.
right?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh
But
man.
he actually could run too. He was not
He is,
bad.
but yeah, that's a good choice.
Let's
But
be clear,
yeah,
they all can run because they're teenagers. My 30-something bones cannot keep up.
yeah. All right, with my third pick. Oh man, what do I got left here? All right, I'm going with the bitter arsonist.
Are you serious?
Why not? Why not? And you know why? You know why? Later. I mean, whether I can control her or not, that's the question.
She is gonna turn on your whole team, and you're gonna be a goner. Okay.
She's a
She's a
survivor, though. You gotta
liability.
admit.
I definitely view her as see, I would have picked Bully Boy, but I'm
Art,
like, that's a huge
yeah.
liability. No, thank you.
But I don't want Pinky and nicotine withdrawals. I don't know if I can trust her either.
I trust nicotine way more than I trust
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
you're not.
the arsonist. Like,
All
no
right, you're not
brainer.
wrong. You're not wrong. All right, I'm doubting my team already.
I don't want to be on your team. If I saw your team, I'd be like, no.
Well,
If you were like, let's make an alliance, I was like, no, thanks, bye.
no, I was doing well. I had the archer and the strength guy. I was doing pretty well.
Actually, your archer might keep the arsonist
Yeah.
in check.
Right.
I actually
right.
think she would be a good
She's
influence
good.
on the
She might be a good
yeah, on the
influence,
bitter
yeah.
arsonist. Like that actually is
All
not
right.
terrible.
Now picking adults, I'm gonna go. All right, I'm gonna go. Natsu, I'm gonna save you someone else. I'm gonna go with. So there are other choices here. I'm going with the science teacher.
Yeah, take him.
Did you not see him at the like? Did you not see this guy? Are you crazy, Curtis?
He invented the
Why
thing.
are you?
He's the only
Why are you
hope.
arguing against this, Jennifer? Let him take him.
Okay, you know what? Curtis is on
All
a
right.
suicide mission right now.
Look,
This is
you know,
crazy.
if you want to defeat this virus, you got to go with the source of the virus.
The man has
With
no
the science
intention of. I don't know. Does he?
He well, I might be as science teacher to science teacher, we might be able to work together here. You know what I'm saying?
All right. You know what?
This
Take
is
him.
not. It's
I'm
not going to turn out the way it turned out. All right. Anyway, go ahead, Nadira, with your adult pick. Who are
I
you
am
picking?
gonna pick Song Jae-il, who is the detective.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was like, Nadira's too smart. She's gonna take the detective guy. There's
He's
no
cool.
way.
He's he's. I saved him for you. I was going to take him too, but he's capable and he's nice. He's just a hero. Yeah. He's like.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I have the general guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can take the general.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I'll take the general.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Because he controls
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. I'm liking my team a lot.
Because he controls the missiles.
Exactly. I'm taking the general.
All right. I thought someone was going to take the firefighter. No one took the firefighter.
Oh my god, I forgot about him.
I saved him for you
Wait,
guys.
can I go back? I want firefighter instead.
All right. You can have firefighter. You can Anjo's dad. Yeah, we'll talk more about him. Yeah, he was super capable.
Wait, yeah, I'm shocked, Nadira. You got Anjo. You don't want the dad?
No.
That might be a liability,
Yeah,
but it might be
they'll
too.
just try to save each other and forget about the rest of the team.
You're right.
All right. I still like my team. All right, except for the bitter arsonist pick. That was a little shady, but sketchy, I mean. But I'm gonna go. I think my first two are pretty strong. I think my first.
Yeah, and then you went downhill.
That went downhill. The scientist guy, he knows the school.
I actually really thought about the homeroom teacher, the female homeroom teacher.
Oh, she was great.
She's a good
Yeah,
leader,
really-
but
Mrs.
if
Park,
I pick
yeah.
her, then she would have rendered Hoodie useless because they have like a
Yeah.
similar role, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
she was
you're
cool.
right. They're very similar. Like they're self-sacrificing types.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, okay. So that's it for our spoiler-free round. Go ahead and send us an email or comment on our Instagram and let us know whose team you go for. I'm not feeling it with my team right now, but I'll ride with these. I'll ride with my crew. But we're gonna get into the spoilers. So if you have not watched the show, we might have spoiled some things already. Sorry about that. But go ahead and go away, watch the show, and come back. I'll play a song. We have to talk about the song. In order for me to play the song, we have to give commentary on the song. The song I'm going to play is Zombie by Day 6.
Oh my! Wait, are the English or Korean version? That's the question.
Oh, I guess we'll go Korean version, yeah?
I actually like the English version because I feel
Yeah, no,
like
it fits. It's
yeah.
smooth. But
I think that both would be so good regardless.
all right, so here's Zombie by Day 6. When we come back, you better be gone if you don't want to hear spoilers. I feel like I became a zombie. 머리와 심장이 텅 빈 생각 없는 어수아비 언제부터 이렇게 된 걸까? Oh I became a zombie. 난 또 가라 정처 없이. All right, so the plot. I mean, nothing revolutionary here with the plot, right? I mean, it's a high school. It's a zombie outbreak. What do you expect, right? Bunch of kids turning into zombies. A couple kids surviving, right? What do you think of the plot overall?
I didn't expect them to kill off so many characters so quick.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't figure out who was going to be like the core group in the first
Don't get attached to anyone. Yeah, don't get attached.
I like that they explored beyond just the high school because in the trailer it made it seem like they were just going to be stuck in the high school the whole time, but they explored what was happening in other cities as well, like and then like adult and then different parts of the city, and then how everyone was reacting to it. So I felt like it had a really good different points of view to it.
Yeah, I like how in the earlier episode, I'm not sure how early it was though, but they had that like prank in a train in Seoul.
Yeah,
that was for like an internet content. I thought that was interesting because that sounds like something that would happen in real life.
And then their fake apology as well. That was very like true to life. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And the streamer that actually went into the city.
Stupid.
That was dumb.
But the first 2 episodes moved pretty well. I thought, sometimes it takes a day or 2 to get into the zombie thing, but they got right into it, from first 10 minutes, you start to see zombie, this could be a problem, right? And then it just starts spreading super fast. But then I felt like it bogged down a little bit as they're kind of hunkering down and building toilets. And, it just kind of bogged down a little bit. But overall, I thought it moved pretty well. How long did it take you to finish?
Well, I was watching with my partner who can't binge watch, so it took us close to a week. If I was by myself, I would have finished it in like 2 or 3 days with work.
Yeah,
2 days here. Yeah, so
2 days.
You would have been like me, Nadira.
1 nap in between, one 6-hour sleep session.
Let's go.
And then... Yeah, I think I did about 3 a day, so I finished about 4 days. Yeah. It moves pretty good. It moves pretty well. Like we said, don't get attached to anyone, and there's a couple twists here and there, but overall pretty straightforward. So we're not going to go through a plot by plot point, but basically, so zombie takes over the school. There's a couple groups of teenagers that survive, and they kind of hunker down, and they figured out the zombies are pretty dumb, and they basically can't really open doors. and yet they're attracted to sound, so they can smell them and hear them really easily. So they keep going from classroom to classroom trying to get away, and people get killed along the way. And then meanwhile, the adults in the adult world kind of do nothing for them. They don't really send any help, and they have their own problems. The city gets kind of overrun, so it's a mess pretty fast. And so instead of going plot by plot point, we're just going to talk about maybe some things we really liked about it, and then some things we don't like. And again, these are going to be spoilers, so don't listen if you haven't watched the show yet. And then we'll talk about some questions we have. I think that's always fun. So Nadira, what did you like about this drama? Did you like this drama, and what did you like?
I liked it more from like an enjoyable perspective. Like it was, as much as it had some heavy themes, it was just like almost like an action movie to watch.
Yeah.
But like overall, I didn't think it was a very meaningful drama. I think you just watch it for mindless fun. I wrote in the notes that one of the things that I really like is how dislikable some of the characters are, like the antagonistic, like Pink Cardigan. Like once she was the one who kept screaming at Wealthy, said, close the door every time they moved to a new place. And once she separated from the group, I was the one yelling, close the door, because no one was closing the door. Like
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Every time they move to another place, running away from the zombie, they don't close the door.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to counter you on the point where you thought it was not a serious drama because I felt like, or like, it didn't touch on issues because I felt like it touched on a lot of social issues like bullying, classism, basically like in terms of like a disaster. Who do you save, right? Do you
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice one city to save everyone else? Like who do you prioritize in a disaster mission, right? Should it be the politician that gets the rescue? Should it be kids, etc.? So I feel like they managed to weave that in subtle ways. So it's like they touched on social issues but still kept themselves very entertaining. So I thought they did a good job of that.
I like the bullying was quite heavy the first couple of episodes, but after that,
Oh yeah.
every time when they tried to do a human connection, I didn't feel it because I
Mm,
think they tried to hit you in one go. Like for example, when the chicken boy found out one of his parents was turned to a zombie, they like
mm.
bombard you with all these clips, and you're like, you didn't build this throughout the previous episode, so I didn't think much of it. I was like, okay, that's his parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard, I don't know if this is, I didn't necessarily see this, but this could be also a metaphor for how we treat those that, maybe we don't, like, there's going to be this, well, actually, I think I see Jen's comment here, but I think there's going to be this kind of class war between those that are kind of infected and yet asymptomatic, they call it,
Mm-hmm.
though they're not really asymptomatic. There's going to be kind of that class war. There's kind of a metaphor for otherism, and it's going to be like, why do they just totally abandon these kids, and who do the kids represent in society? There's I don't know. I mean, it's a
Mm-hmm.
little stretch because it's a K drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a little bit of that going on. Kind of similar to what X-Men tried to do with the mutants and kind of the main society and government. So there's kind of like a distrust of government. There's kind of a message of, the government doesn't care about you, kind of subtle little like, okay, can we really trust the government to ever take care
It
of us,
wasn't
or do
even
they
subtle
have
in
our?
the end. Do you remember what Anjo said at the very
Yeah,
end?
yeah.
At
Basically, I
the
will not trust
Yeah,
an
it's like
adult.
the interview is like, we don't expect anything from you.
Like
Yeah.
if she
So
said that
is
to me, I would say, good job, now you're an adult, don't trust any other adults.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So it may be a symbol of kind of like, will the government actually be there for us if we really need them? Like, in a pandemic or, in a war, can we really trust the government to take care of us? Or are we all on our own? There's kind of that
Mm.
message. Let's see, Jennifer, what do you like about this one?
Well, I think you kind of touched on it with the class of others. So I'm a huge fan of like all Korean zombie stuff, like Train to Busan, Kingdom, Alive, like you name it, I've watched it all. And I thought what set all of us are dead apart is that they kind of had that half class of
Uh
people
huh.
who were like
That was
they're
new.
not really human, but they're not really zombie. And they're in a zombie world, they're who you would want to be because they're not eaten by zombies, but they also possess like supernatural powers. So they get the best of both worlds. And I think Guinan, the bully boy, was the one who really like realized and wanted to
Yeah.
exploit that, right? Because he realized like, wow, I'm the king of this world. Like I'm suddenly the
Yeah.
best of the best. And so
Yeah.
I thought that was the most unique thing about All of Us Are Dead.
Yeah, that was unique. Yeah. I like the relationships, that they built with each other, not necessarily the romantic ones. Though those were okay. They didn't cringe. It wasn't super cringe, It was subtle. It wasn't super sappy, but it worked for me. But just the friendships, that's definitely a huge theme is like sometimes you're making new friends. There's some new friends formed, like Katniss and Nicotine Withdrawal Girl
Mm-hmm.
became really good friends, and then within the team, you saw them kind of forming alliances. Prez and Anjo or Hoodie, they kind of became friends, and so you kind of saw like sometimes you need someone. You need someone. It can't go it alone. Like what happened with Pinky,
Mm.
Pink Sweater Girl. She was alone and she just walked out because she goes, "No one's on my side. I can't do this alone." And that was on her, right? She kind of set herself up for that. So I thought that was a little bit of a message there. You can't do this alone. Same with Bully Boy. Um, so I liked it. I thought, I thought I would get tired of it. It's like, oh, look, another teenager got eaten by a zombie. I thought I would get tired of it, but what kept me going back were the relationships and just seeing them help each other and sometimes sacrifice for each other. It was kind of endearing in a
A
way.
bit bad to say, but I'm kind of glad every time someone died, like there's less faces and names to remember.
The cast got smaller and smaller.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, and you could almost tell, like the certain characters, they didn't have a lot of lines and they didn't use their name very often. It's like, oh, that guy's probably got her.
No, but some people that made it to the end, I was like, oh wow, I didn't expect you to make it to the
Yeah,
end.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
So, and some people
But
that died last minute, you were like, what the heck?
Yeah, why waste that character?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like Pinky was such a good
yeah,
character if they had just like used her throughout, or even like bitter arsonist. Like they could have been a
yeah,
showdown or
Yeah,
something.
the unlikable characters kind of got wasted in my opinion, like the
Yeah.
very hated ones.
yeah, yeah. No, there was. I mean, you did want that. I mean, you did want them to kill some characters just to keep it interesting, right? Because you didn't want to feel like, oh, everyone's gonna survive because they're not, right? In this
I
kind of
think they were
situation.
trying to kill it off so that everyone lost someone really special to them. So
Yeah,
one survivor and then one person who lost. And then
yeah.
each survivor had a counterpart that was important to them that they lost somehow.
Yeah, and you would think it would get old, but it kind of, kind of kept up for me. And maybe it got old for some people, but I thought they did it well enough where, when someone died, you felt it a little. You're like, oh man, I miss that guy.
I thought they were gonna do the Korean drama cop out way where all the women live and all the men die. Do you notice that's a theme? Like they keep doing that, like
Oh,
where they kill off all the men and then the women are like
Yeah.
women and babies are the only ones who make it. But they actually did not do that. So that was refreshing.
All right, well, let's get into the gripes here. Jennifer, why don't you go first here on the gripes? Things that you didn't work for you in this drama.
So I already mentioned that I don't like Anjo. I find her annoying. So on that note, I also find the relationship between her and Chicken Boy Chung San to be
Yeah.
annoying. I don't buy
Yeah.
it because Anjo was like had a crush on boyfriend material for the longest time, and then suddenly
Yeah.
when she finds out that Chung San likes her, she's like, "Oh my God, maybe I like you too." Like I'm like, "Come on, like, are you serious?" So it just made me not really buy their relationship. Like I didn't really care for the two of them. I
I didn't
cared
care.
way more about Prez and
Yeah.
boyfriend material than I did about these two. So
yeah. My
maybe
my
that's just me.
Yeah.
my couple priorities is similar, but on the Chongsan and Eunju relationship, at some point, Chongsan asked, "Are you saying that you never had a crush on me at some point in the times that we've known each other?" And she didn't answer. I kind of suspect that at some point she did, because especially at that
Mm,
age, you're bound to have like something that you didn't realize. What is this feeling? And she didn't
mm,
answer.
Yeah.
that's a fair point. Maybe she assumed that Chung San friend zoned her, so she was like, "Fine."
I don't know. Yeah, he was being a little standoffish at the end there. Yeah, we'll get to him in a minute. Nat, anything that you didn't like about this?
I like, the self-recording of the professor who created the virus. I
Yeah.
felt like
You mean my
the
guy?
insertion is all over the place. Like and sometimes when it's,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a translation thing. Like I didn't feel like it contributed much to the episode.
It didn't. Yeah. It didn't help them at
Yeah,
all.
like it's not giving new information. It's just showing him suffering after creating this virus. So at that point, like
Yeah.
if they maybe did it like in the beginning each time and making it like an important point, I would have liked it more, but I didn't feel like it needed to be there. And I also did not like the staring scenes. Why are there so many staring scenes in a zombie? You should be moving fast. Especially
Yeah.
the girls, like do something. Like they're just expecting the
Yeah.
guys to do everything. And I
Mm,
was reading that the character was criticized a lot for not doing anything because in the webtoon she's actually quite helpful, like physically. She's not just standing around waiting for the boys to do something.
Uh,
maybe that's why I disliked Anjo, especially I think in the cafeteria scene. I was like, "Girl, why are you not getting up? What are you doing? This is
yeah.
frustrating." So I totally feel you, Nadira. Like I
Yeah.
think that's why I disliked it. I was like, "Can you do something, please, other than like being emotional support for people?" I'm like, her words are great, but her actions were kind of like useless.
Yeah. A lot of staring from the girls.
I don't know. I felt like it moved. I could see obviously they're filling up 12 eps, and it probably could have been 8. Right? You
Mm-hmm.
know? But it didn't bother me, I guess, that much. Honestly, I can't think of anything that really didn't like about this. But yeah, maybe the scientist part was kind of lame. They didn't really shed much light on that. He didn't add anything to it.
The editing towards the end was really messy, especially near the tennis court. Do you remember when the dad was like trying to save the daughter?
Yeah.
And behind the wires, you can see all these zombie girls running towards the group, and then they just disappeared.
Right.
And there's also a scene where they were
Yeah.
panning out on a drone on the dad, like backing off. And Anju wasn't there when she's supposed to be. And just like there's so many
Yeah.
continuity issues, especially in the last few episodes.
Mm.
No, I did notice that one scene though. They were outside the fence, and then all of a sudden they weren't.
Yeah.
Like, well, because I was like, why is he standing there? Why doesn't he run the other
He got
direction
bit.
so that? Yeah. Well, but he could have. If for a minute he could have run before they ganged up on him. He could have kind of run the other direction
No, he got
instead of
bit before
standing.
they ganged up on him, and he knew that
Oh
already.
no.
So he was just like,
Oh,
at that
really?
point, he was just like, okay, I'm gonna sacrifice myself.
Yeah, but he should have like
But
run
I
away to the
think
other side and distract the zombies.
of the ones even on the outside of the fence, I thought he would do that.
I just thought the sequence of events was a little ridiculous. Like reunites, 1 minute later, dad dead.
Yeah.
I was like,
When
okay.
there could have been other ways. Like
Yeah,
there
I was like, because
definitely.
his character the whole time, he's like, I must go to my daughter. Finally,
Yeah.
he gets to his daughter.
Yeah.
Not even 2 minutes later, he dies.
Yeah. And he had the flares, and I was like, oh, that's pretty smart. And then, then he just dies anyway. Like, what are you doing,
Oh,
dude?
like didn't
And he locks the gate. I'm like, oh, come on,
like
man.
he broke into a police station and he had a gun and he didn't pack guns? Like you're in a
He
zombie.
gave away his gun. Yeah, he gave
You know,
away. He had all those guns. He took one, and he gave it away. I don't know. Yeah, that was dumb. So yeah, I guess I didn't like that. I didn't like that. He could have done so much more. He tried so hard to get. He almost
he
died.
was an elite soldier. These are freaking high
Yeah.
schoolers, and I don't even know.
And
I
all he
expected
did
more.
was open the door. The
I
one
Yeah.
thing he did for them was open the
I
door.
mean, that was actually very important. They would have all died if that didn't get open.
Yeah.
So to be fair, that was a very important door open. But I mean, okay, another thing is what are the odds? Okay, like right at the moment when you're about to die, he magically finds the door that needed to be opened in a
Yeah.
gigantic
Out of
school
all the
like
door,
that.
it's
Like, yeah, I'm
gigantic.
like, no way. There's
And
just
that
no
goes to
way.
my gripe too. My other gripe is why is the Prez totally
I
underutilized
know,
this
right?
whole time? Because Bully Boy and the bitter arsonist just walk around with impunity amongst all the zombies. They never attack them. They get the superhuman strength. Pulling doorknobs off of doors, and then they can't open. Like when they're in the gym and they're in the circle of carts. Why didn't Prez just go out and just distract them all?
I
Like I think at
Oh,
that point she knew she had super strength, right? Because she like was tussling with Bully Boy. Like she knew she could have busted that door down
Yeah,
in the
she took
gym.
half of the staring allocation.
but also remember
Yeah.
she didn't get any blood. Remember, did she drink
Oh,
any human blood? So to be fair, I think she was weaker than the arsonist and bully boy.
Oh, because she didn't
Yeah,
eat.
because she on principle did not drink blood. I don't know if she drinks blood later
Oh,
on, but like
maybe.
but I feel
Okay.
like that would severely weaken her. I don't know if anyone watches Demon Slayer. Same thing with the Nezuko in Demon
Oh,
Slayer. Doesn't drink blood,
okay.
you know.
Good theory. Good theory. All right. Anything else that you wonder about this guy, this drama?
um, well, I
I
think
think we touched
just
on it.
wondering why they changed the characters of the girl so much from the webtoon, I guess. Like
Oh,
because they had all the guys doing so many things and the girls were just waiting for them to be told or to be saved or to be like that was really frustrating because you need as many manpower as possible.
uh,
And I think it took them way too long to say, oh, the adults are going to save us. The adults are going to save us. And they didn't think for themselves on how to create a proper base camp. Like they weren't looking for food
uh,
or drinks. And it's been like days. Why are their
yeah.
lips are dry way too late in the episodes?
Was it days or 2 days? Was it?
I think it was 2 to 3 days. It wasn't a long time. It was 2 to 3 days
But they were
actually.
running a lot, so they would need the water.
It didn't make sense that they never needed food or water. Like
Yeah.
They were completely fine, apparently, without it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, there's a couple little like, how does this work? Because Bully Boy bit
Pinky.
Prez, and she became this half bee. But he also bit Pinky, and she just turned into a zombie. So
No,
I don't.
he ate Pinky. He did. He only
Oh,
bit Prez, but he
so if
like
you
he
get
straight
bit,
up like killed. So because the thing is like if you saw like Prez only had one bite
yeah,
on her arm versus
right.
he sucked the blood out of Prez.
Uh, or Pinky.
Or sorry, yeah, out of Pinky.
But then, Bitter Arsonist got bit like 100 times. She was on the ground. Remember? She was on the ground and they were all biting her.
Oh.
I don't know what
Even
happened
how
to
the
her.
bully boy turned, he was also surrounded by zombies
Yeah, yeah,
in
he
the
got bit 100
library.
times too.
Okay, I have a theory.
Go
I have a
on.
theory.
I have a
So,
theory as well, but you go first.
okay, okay. So notice how all the people who are the half bees are kind of like losers. So like Bully Boy is
Yeah.
a loser, and and it's like after he becomes a half bee, he becomes all alpha and scary. But before that, he was just like the gopher of these bullies.
He
So
was
he
the
was
whelp.
very
Yeah.
passive. He was very scared. Same thing with the bitter
Bitter
arsonist, right? She
Arsonist.
was also
Yeah.
really weak, really scared. Same thing with the scientist's son. He was really weak, really scared. And so maybe Perez actually kind of is like that too, in to a sense, right? It's like we don't see Prez that way because she's so badass to us, but I think Prez to herself, like she views herself as socially very weak, very awkward, does not stand up
Hmm.
for herself, right? She even said in the beginning, she was like, I don't deserve to be called Prez. My mom just bought this title anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, possible. It just seems inconsistent. It doesn't seem like there's a real like consistency on who becomes a
I
half bee
thought
and
it
who
was
doesn't.
more on just to extend from the premise of the drama is they don't have the will to live. Like like the arson girl
Oh,
was
Oh,
she thought about
yeah.
suicide because she
Yeah,
got bullied,
for sure.
and the gopher also didn't really have much respect for life, and the Prez was
mm.
also just like plodding through life, like she wasn't fighting for anything, like she didn't have, she didn't put a price on the value of living.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah,
Okay.
that sounds really solid.
All right. Um, all right, let's talk about the ending a little bit. So like Netflix is doing, they kind of left it on a there probably will be a part 2. But what did you think of the ending? So the army finally does something. That's pretty clever, I thought.
I thought it was one of the happiest endings for a zombie TV or movie.
Kind of.
Like they managed to contain the infection
Yeah, yeah. For
for
now.
now.
But then there are these half bees running around. Um, yeah, the ending made sense to me. They got rid of the bulk of them with their little sound trick and the bombs. Then the army cleaned it up, I guess, and they had the rest of the citizens in kind of a concentration camp. But they seem happy enough, they all hanging out. Though it's pretty loose security because the kids keep being able to hop over the fence.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't know how secure
I'm
this.
concerned about the two zombies that were left by the professor.
Yeah,
Like, is it
yeah,
safe to just keep them alive? Because the
yeah.
what NSA said to his like staff, don't kill the zombies, we need them. But that doesn't
Wait,
sound like
which two are you talking about?
the son and the
His son and
wife.
his wife, science teacher, son and wife.
Oh, I
They
see, I
kept
see.
him alive. Yeah.
Oh. Hmm.
So yeah, I found an article
Um.
that said it the way the director said the way this season one was made, he made it as like a foundation for future seasons. That's why there's a lot of like
Yeah. Yeah.
questions.
Loose ends. Yeah. And is Chicken Boy still
Yes,
alive? Like he kind of used the
100%.
bully boy as a shield.
He's 100%
He's
alive.
got to be.
I'm like, I would bet a lot of money he's alive
But why didn't he go find
because
Hoodie?
he's a half beat now.
Yeah, but you know.
Maybe he doesn't trust himself like to be around her because
Or maybe it's a
uh,
trope. He lost his memory.
that would be so
yeah.
lame. Like that would be like because there was no other half beat who lost their memory. Only he loses it. I okay. Here's my. I feel like Chung San and Prez they're each going to be like leaders of like two different sects of the halfies. Like one of the halfies is going to be like trying to help the government. The other halfies are going to try to like topple the government
Yeah.
because like I
Yeah.
don't know who's going to be who, to be honest.
There's like a Magneto and
Yeah.
Professor
Yeah,
X, right?
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Yeah.
question is, why
I
was
don't
that
know.
name tag still red and unburnt when they went back to that construction site? You know, in that shaft where they fell
Yeah.
down and they
Yeah.
panned.
Because it was in his hand, maybe.
Love never
Oh,
dies. It's a
I
symbol
don't
of how
know.
much he loved her.
So Jennifer says she's 99.9% sure
Dude, like there's
Chicken Boy
yeah,
is
because he was
alive.
they put way too
Yeah.
much time into developing his character. Like we were all
Yeah.
shook when he died. We were like, wait, there's no way he's actually dead, right? Like that's how everyone probably
Yeah.
reacted.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I think he's alive. I think he's alive too. So I think pretty sure there'll be a second season, and we'll see what happens. But I don't know how much a role the high schoolers will play, right? Because we'll see. So I don't know. Interesting. I don't know how. I'd be fine if they just ended it. I would have been fine if they had just ended it without necessarily a season 2. But they just, yeah, Netflix. What are you gonna do? Argue with them? I'll be fine with the season 2, but I don't need it.
They're gonna keep
So
milking
overall-
it. Come on, it reached #1. They would of course milk it. Like if you were Netflix, you would also milk it. Okay.
But I like this though. I'd give it a 80 out of 100 or 8 out of 10.
Very generous.
I think it's good. No, it's definitely watchable. I would recommend it to people.
Yeah.
It's not going to change your life. It's it's not amazing.
No, it will not.
But it's solid. It was solid entertainment on a winter week, after the holidays. You just kind of want to watch something. It was good. I thought it. What do you say, Nadira? Out of 10
I
stars?
actually gave it 7.5 in my drama list. Like I would recommend it to someone who says I want a zombie series. I would recommend that. But I wouldn't really recommend it for quality and just like plot points. I think it's just if you like zombies, I think you'll definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best teen drama out there by a long shot. So like if you like one good teen drama, this is not it. If you like zombies, then this is it.
Yes.
But I feel like a lot of like the zombie niche has been growing. Like a lot of people are interested in watching zombie stuff.
Yeah. It's popular.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so we give it a solid, C+, everyone? B-? I give it a B.
I'm more 7.5 to be honest.
Okay, so you guys are both like kind of C+-ish.
Yeah.
Doable if you have nothing else to watch.
Yeah, especially the first couple of episodes are like over an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
It should have been 8
All
episodes.
right,
it was too long. 8 episodes would have been
I guess I liked it the best out of us, but it's clearly popular. So those of you out there who watched it, let us know what you think. Give us a rating. You can write us at infatuasianpodcast@gmail.com or DM me at our Instagram at the Infatuasian Podcast. Hey, if you like our show, give us a rating. None of this 4-star stuff. Give us 5 stars on Apple or Spotify. Jennifer, have you rated us yet? Come on, man.
Okay, I'm on it. I'll be on it. I got you.
All right. You can rate on Spotify now as well. So give us a rating, please. That helps us get found, I think. When people are searching up podcasts, it helps us pop to the top. And you can listen to us at most of the places that you would get your podcast. Thank you, Nadira and Jennifer, for joining us. Nadira, have a good summer.
Thank you.
And a good weekend. You're already halfway through your weekend.
Don't remind me.
Jennifer, thanks for coming along again. I'm glad you survived COVID.
Yes.
I know I don't know how I've dodged it, but somehow I've dodged it so far. But the circle keeps getting tighter and tighter. So many close contacts, but hopefully we'll
Maybe you're
be
a
fine.
half COVID.
Maybe.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, maybe I'm asymptomatic this whole time.
Maybe when he gets it, he'll become even stronger.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's something to look forward to. Yeah, maybe. All right, everyone out there, thanks for listening. Keep listening for new episodes. We have, I'm doing a double episode week, so this one's going to drop on Monday, and then we have one where I'm interviewing my friend who started a CrossFit gym in China.
Ooh.
So thanks, everyone, for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. This is an Infatuasian side dish, a smaller version of our
Dude,
normal
it's
pod.
Infatuasian. It's not Come on, man. Can you get the brand right?
Dude, your name, dude, you had an episode about how your name is confusing, so I'm not the only one. Okay.
All right. Take two.
All right. This is an Infatuasian side dish.